With regards to Google Workspace, everyone should know that it's very user friendly, and it allows you to sort of get your business off the ground. I can speak personally to just getting into a business space within the last couple of years and not knowing much of anything about needing a workspace. And Google was very sort of all inclusive. There were things that I knew I needed, and there's some other things that they included that I ended up finding to be really helpful. So they should know that Google Workspace is just a great tool to help keep you organized and keep have so many different things like at the click of a button within your workspace to be able to get various things done, whether it's scheduling, staying on top of various other tasks and responsibilities that are connected to your business. So as far as on a regular basis, I use Google Space first and primarily for my calendar. It keeps me organized in terms of clients that I'm working with. I also use Google Workspace. The feature I use is also the phone number. It allows me to be able to text and reach out to my clients in a secure way through a mobile device. I also use the Google Meet feature as well to allow me to have video sessions with my clients as well, and those are also secure um, as compared to just using something like free like Zoom or something like that. But Google Space has something secure. I'm able to meet with my clients. There are Those are the main three features that I use day in and day out. And then I also use some like the spreadsheets to like keep myself organized as far as whether it's like billing or keeping track of purchases. But those first three are my primary like, go-tos. Those get used every day. The first reason was because I previously had a personal Google account that I use obviously for my personal email. But then I wondered sort of out loud, kind of searching on the internet, going, well, I wonder if they have something for a business. And then once I looked into it, I found that I could, use the video call feature, and then that opened up the door for, more, things like the phone, calendar, and then being able to use the other various tools, whether it's keeping myself organized in terms of billing, as well as just keeping just solid records, and it gets to all be separate. That way, it's not blending in with my personal stuff. And I was able to also make my own domain with it as well. So it's not just Gmail; it's actually the name of my company. So that's another really great feature as well, that you get to sort of personalize your own domain, and it's much more legit than just you know gmail.com, right? And so that's the flexibility and the empowerment that it gives, and it really gives a lot of credibility to your business, because people can see that you have something legit, and they would never know it's Google Workspace. They would just see your domain, and then on the back end, I know it's Google Workspace. Before Google Workspace, I was kind of all over the place. Like I used a video software like separate from trying to have a phone number set up, and it was just really messy because I was having to sort of like reach into five different directions and different softwares and tools to use. But Workspace actually allowed me to put it all together. Again, that having that domain was big because it allowed me to funnel everything through that. Because before I was having an email here, a Google Voice number here under a personal one, and it really made things messy. But having a Google Workspace really sort of put everything together and allowed it to be just everything was able to be streamlined and just be under one platform. Getting started with Google Workspace was actually very easy, not hard at all. It was just a matter of, going in, creating the email, and they were able to get me set up. I was able to follow the directions. It was very straightforward as far as the features. I was given some prompts to click certain features, and the certain features would allow me to see what they could do. And I knew, okay, if once I have this feature, I could use it for this. And the ones that I didn't necessarily need for what I do, I was able to sort of put that to the side. I strongly recommend getting Google Workspace, again, for anyone that's out there for business needs. Again, I can speak personally. I just, within the last year or so, I got involved in having my own business. And not knowing much of anything, Google Workspace made everything really seamless. Starting your own business can be a very intimidating process because of all of the things that come with it. But it was very comforting to know that I had Google Workspace just to have everything sort of streamlined and connected together. And the other aspects I could worry about that on the other business end. But having this was definitely a sort of one of my sort of four pillars that sort of helped be a foundation for my business.